His face and eyes have always looked toward the east, standing as a guardian of lost knowledge.
Throughout his life,
Edgar Cayce made approximately 14,000 predictions, of which 12,000 have already come true, while 2,000 remain unfolding in the future. Among them was one of his most controversial prophecies, the existence of a hidden hall of records beneath the Great Sphinx of Giza, containing the ancient wisdom of civilizations long forgotten. But who built the Sphinx? Why was it constructed? And does this legendary chamber really lie beneath it? Egyptologists claim the Sphinx was commissioned by Pharaoh Khafre of the 4th dynasty. His face, they argue, was carved onto the monument, replacing the lion's head. In April 1991, Mark Lehner, a scholar from the University of Chicago, attempted to prove this through computer simulations, reconstructing the Sphinx's face as it might have appeared thousands of years ago. His research gained credibility, even being featured in National Geographic and the Cambridge Archaeological Journal. However, his work contained a crucial flaw, one that would open a gateway to deeper mysteries. Lehner's studies inadvertently confirmed that the Sphinx's head is disproportionately small compared to its body, indicating that it was reshaped in antiquity. This anomaly does not exist in any other Egyptian sphinxes, which maintain proportional harmony. So if Khafre did not originally order the Sphinx's construction, who did? Some researchers believe its origins could date back to 7,000, 5,000 BC, or perhaps even further, linking it to an advanced pre-dynastic or Atlantean civilization. One intriguing aspect of the Sphinx's design is its orientation. It aligns perfectly with the east-west axis of Giza, positioned at 30 degrees latitude, the same latitude where other sacred ancient sites, such as Eridu in Sumer, Heliopolis in Egypt, Harappa in India, and Lhasa in Tibet are found. Could this placement indicate a deeper astronomical or spiritual significance? Even more astonishing discoveries were made in 1935 when archaeologists, led by Hamilton Wright, uncovered a vast network of underground tunnels beneath the Sphinx and the Second Pyramid. These tunnels, dating back to at least 5,000 BC, led to chambers 125 feet below the surface, an entire subterranean city hidden beneath Giza. Initial reports about these findings were published in academic journals and showcased to select experts. But then, without warning, the discoveries were buried, literally and figuratively. The Egyptian government swiftly closed the case, directing archaeologists' focus elsewhere. But why? Historian Jerry Cannon, author of The Secrets of the Giza Plateau, suggests that the true history of the Sphinx is being concealed because its revelation would shatter everything we think we know about ancient civilization. If an underground complex filled with ancient knowledge exists beneath the Sphinx, what else might be hidden from humanity? The idea of a hidden labyrinth beneath Giza is not new. Greek historian Herodotus, in the 5th century BC, described an underground complex in Egypt that contained lost knowledge from before the Great Flood, perhaps even from the lost civilization of Atlantis. He claimed to have seen 12 interconnected palaces, endless corridors, and rooms carved from white marble, their walls inscribed with figures and ancient records. This labyrinth was said to connect pyramids through underground tunnels. Herodotus was not alone in these accounts. 1st century Greek philosopher Strabo, Roman scholar Pliny the Elder, and Greek historian Diodorus Siculus all wrote of a great underground palace beneath Egypt. Diodorus noted that when a man enters the sacred place, he will find a temple surrounded by columns, each structure covered in engravings and artistic depictions of long-forgotten rituals. The notion of the Hall of Records, a legendary chamber storing the wisdom of past civilizations, is echoed by the famed American clairvoyant Edgar Cayce. He predicted that this chamber, filled with evidence of an advanced civilization predating Egypt, would be discovered in the 1990s beneath the Sphinx's paw. He also insisted that the Sphinx was not 4,500 years old, as mainstream Egyptology claims, but more than 10,000 years old, dating back to a forgotten epoch of human history. According to ancient Egyptian texts, One of the figures connected to this lost wisdom is Thoth, the god of knowledge, who spoke of an underground chamber preserving the secrets of past worlds. He claimed that civilization had existed on Earth for 500 million years but had been reset multiple times due to catastrophic events. If true, this would completely rewrite our understanding of human history. Yet mainstream archaeologists and historians have dismissed these claims, labeling them as mere myths. But if these stories were simply fabrications, why do so many ancient sources, from the Greeks to the Egyptians to mystics like Cayce, all speak of the same? Hidden knowledge buried beneath the sands of time, a groundbreaking discovery in the early 1990s challenged the established narrative surrounding the Sphinx's age. John Anthony West, an independent Egyptologist, and Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist from Boston University, noticed something unusual. The Sphinx exhibited signs of erosion, not caused by wind and sand but by water. This revelation shook the academic world. According to mainstream history, the Sphinx was built during Khafra's reign, around 2500 BC, when Egypt was an arid desert. But the deep vertical fissures on the Sphinx's body could only have been caused by sustained rainfall over thousands of years, a phenomenon that hasn't occurred in Egypt since at least 10 BC. This suggests that the Sphinx is far older than previously thought. However, this theory was met with fierce opposition. The implications were staggering. If the Sphinx predates dynastic Egypt, who built it? Was it constructed by an earlier lost civilization? The controversy reached a boiling point when Dr. Zahi Hawass, the powerful head of Egyptian antiquities, dismissed the findings as American hallucinations. Despite this resistance, the debate raged on. In 1993, Western Schoch conducted radar scans beneath the Sphinx and detected the presence of rectangular, hollow chambers. Could this be the long-rumored Hall of Records? Before they could investigate further, their research was abruptly shut down by Egyptian authorities, and they were banned from the site. In 1995, believing the controversy had died down, Western Schoch applied for permission to resume their research, but they were denied outright. Then, in a shocking twist, Dr. Hawass suddenly approved a new excavation project in 1996, this time financed by a private company that contributed $10 million to the endeavor. A video later surfaced showing Hawass entering one of the tunnels beneath the Sphinx. In the footage, he excitedly exclaims, "Even Indiana Jones never dreamed of being here," confirming that he was indeed exploring a previously sealed underground chamber. But what did he find? The video ends abruptly, leaving more questions than answers. Why did Hawass suddenly change his stance? Why was the research of Western Schoch dismissed while a privately funded project was allowed to continue? Could it be that the Egyptian authorities and academic institutions are actively concealing a truth too disruptive for mainstream history? The question remains, what is hidden beneath the Sphinx, and why is it so heavily guarded? Perhaps the truth will one day surface, but until then the mystery endures.